If you're into sim racing and looking for something more casual for you to play either against an AI or with the boys, Karting Superstar is something that you might want to take a look at. Karting Superstar is developed by Original Fire Games, which is a small and upcoming game developer. They previously developed a Circuit Superstar game, and Karting Superstar is that next step forward for the company to push their boundary of development. As described by one of the developer, Karting Superstar is essentially when sim racing meets arcade racing, and it's basically just the way they described it. So before we go into the racing itself, before you go into the driving itself, let's take a look at what they are offering in the main menu. The game is expected to be released in early access on the 14th of September 2023. For the demo, we only have time trials for us to play and try the car. Before we go to the time trial, let's just go to the customize section. They actually offer us a small amount of number of things that we can customize, starting from the kart itself, the driver, the helmet, but they are basically for now just in the demo stage, so we can expect more customization option to be available for us in the near future after the game is released. But for the karting itself, they offer us a bunch of number of livery that we can choose from, and we can actually change the colors and the driver numbers on the kart itself. It's always nice to see that we have options of karting customization, but I am looking forward for us to have maybe exclusive or unlockable livery in the future. Same goes to the driver itself. We can change the helmet, a few numbers of preset that we can change from. Some of the presets are actually set as all black, so you have to actually try and change the color one by one to know that what kind of livery they are offering. I'm pretty sure this is going to be fixed and changed once the game is released and we have an early access, which is around 14th of September. Now, for the driver, we have an option of changing their body, which is essentially just a female and male body, and the presets offer us to change the driving suit that they can have. After that, we have animation, which is actually just the idle animation and also celebration. I'm pretty excited to wait for the early access, and after the early access, I'm pretty sure we are going to have more options available for all kart, helmet, driver, and also the animation option for this game. Now let's move on to the racing, which is why you guys are here. For the time trial, we only have 2 tracks, but it's essentially just the one same track with different layout, and you can change and pick between those cards that you've just customized. You can actually use all of them. The driving itself is not that bad, considering this is just a demo, because you can actually feel the sense of speed, the traction, the tire traction, and also when you turn the car, it's as if the car is asking for you to push it to the limit. This is not just one of those arcade game where you can essentially drive different kind of racing line but still get the same speed. This is actually almost as if close to simulation but still arcade racing, where you drive a different racing line and it will give you different response in terms of your lap time. Of course, this is a unique track for the game itself. It's not taken from a real life track, but you can actually feel the curb when you hit the curb. I'm driving the car using a controller, and the controller actually vibrates quite nicely when I hit the curb and went off track. You can actually feel the car is struggling when they are off track. So far for the demo, we only have 2 options of camera, which is, I would say, close and also far perspective. For me, I would prefer this camera, and we can also have a look around, which is always nice. Now, as for the crashes or the interaction with the world around the car, it could have been better. I'm expecting that this graphic or this physics could have been better in the future when we have the full game, but it's not that bad. It's just that we can see a lot of room for improvement, which is always nice, and we know that the developers are working hard to develop the game and improve the game for the early access. Now, just like any other racing game, the time trial is compared globally, so you can see how far and how good you are on the time trial. So of course, for both Centrifuge Club and Full, you have separate time trial, you have separate table, and what's nice about this is you can actually have a ghost to compare to yourself so that you can improve. Let's take a look at the second available track that we have on demo, which is essentially the same track but with different layout. Now, if you prefer a more straightforward track and you don't like a hairpin turns and too many slow corner, this might be the track that you would prefer, because this track is essentially a high-speed track for this game. What can we expect from Karting Superstars once the early access is released? Now, in terms of gameplay, we can compete across a variety of game modes, from single player experience versus a dynamic AI that adjusts its difficulty to your skill. Now, this is still unknown to us whether we can actually manually adjust the difficulty, but it's always nice to know that the AI can always adjust itself to us, because we don't want to be racing against a low difficulty AI or too high of a difficulty AI, because at the end of the day, this is just a casual arcadic sim racing game. In terms of online multiplayer, we are going to be racing against 12 players in one lobby. So we still don't know in the future if we are allowed to have more drivers or more players in one track in one lobby, but 12 players is confirmed as of right now. Other features that we can expect from Karting Superstar is that we can compete with AI drivers in race events and tournament of our own design in Kart Core mode, maybe a custom game that we can build. Other than that, we can also rewatch our races, because in Karting Superstars, they are allowing us to have replays to be saved so that we can always rewatch our race and also make cool videos out of it to upload on the internet. And in those replays, we can use replay cameras from different angle to record and take pictures from epic moments for us to share. So that's always nice to have. It's not just you watching the race, you can also pause, take pictures from different angles that you prefer in Karting Superstars from your races that you've saved in the replays. Now, these are the things that are confirmed not to be offered in Karting Superstars. The first one is split screen multiplayer. Number 2 is ability to spectate live races. And also, we do not have a career mode, and multiple types of cards are not going to be offered in Karting Superstars. We are only given one type of cards with different kinds of liveries. That's it. And the final things that we are not going to have in Karting Superstar is kart performance upgrades, which is a bummer, but understandable considering that this is just a sim arcade game. If you want to give it a try, you can always download the game on Steam, which is currently still in the demo stage. The game only requires 1 GB of storage. So if you want more updates on Karting Superstars upon release, or maybe after the early access, be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channels for more updates, especially F1 23. My name is Azwan Jupri. See you guys later. Assalamualaikum.